Good morning, everybody. It's Randy with Carcheology, and I'm here in my office, the 1964 Volkswagen Bug that is carrying me across the country, along with my buddy John in his Carmen Ghia. So Ricky and Lucy, as we call these cars, have been doing pretty well, but we have certainly been putting them through their paces. Probably the craziest, hardest thing was the climb up the pass here coming into Gunnison, which was well over 11,000 feet. Now, 40 horsepower motor, not tuned for the high climate or high altitude and stuff. It was running slow, but it did make it up the hill, didn't skip a beat. But I did get down into about second gear and maybe doing about 20 miles an hour at the steepest parts. But I was so thankful to actually make it to the top of the hill because I have been having some issues with the car. Obviously, the fuel pump issue, if you caught that on a couple previous issues, the fan belt issue was something that was of a concern, and it flooded out a couple times and things like that. I've certainly gotten it hot during the trip, driving through Kansas in the heat against the wind, pushing it really hard. So I want to take a little time here in Gunnison to give it a little service, give it a little help. I swapped out the fan belt with another one that's a little bit thinner and actually fits better. I'm not super happy with the quality of the belt, but the fit is so much better. It's not rattling, it's not shaking, and I'm just going to keep my eye on it and keep the other one as a spare in case anything happens. But what I'm going to do right now is get the oil changed in the car, and then I managed to find somebody through a friend of a friend that is going to help me with doing a valve adjustment here before we get going through the rest of the Rockies. I can hear it ticking just a little bit, and these air-cooled motors really need that valve adjustment to be running right. So I don't want to do any damage to it. I want to keep it running as smoothly as possible through the next 2-3 days or whatever we got ahead of us, and make it back home without leaving any lasting marks on this beautiful all-original 64 Bugs. I'm going to head over to this friend's shop, and we're going to get underneath it, pop the valve covers off, and adjust those valves. So follow along. We'll do a little maintenance, and then we'll get back on the road. Okay, thanks to a friend of a friend, somebody that we met up in Monterey when we were up there, I've got access to a full shop here with a jack and all the tools and stuff, thanks to H&H Towing here in Gunnison. And I'm going to dive into this thing, drain the oil, check the valves, and then get on the road. All right, draining the oil out of it. And again, using the tool from the toolkit to make that happen. All right, that's some pretty dirty looking oil. Let's get some fresh stuff in there. We'll be much happier. Okay, so I put a shout out on social media looking for somebody in Gunnison because we were rolling through here that might be able to help me with valve adjust and oil change, just kind of some basic maintenance, or at least a place to work. And then Bill, somebody tagged Bill on that post, and Bill and I crossed paths in Monterey like 3 weeks ago at this Overcrest event, and our kind of ratty Porsches were parked 5 feet from each other. Yeah. And I had no clue he was up here, but he reached out. He's actually up in Crested Butte, but he's got this friend Jason that he met through Facebook Marketplace.
It's a small world.
And hit him up like, hey, do you have a place down there that Randy can do this stuff? And so he talked to his buddy that runs H&H Towing, and they cleared out a spot for me to come in and do my business. Had tools all laid out, a mat for me to kneel on, and a place to drain the oil, and it's been absolute magic. So now valves are adjusted, fresh oil in the car, and I think we might actually we'll make it home, I hope. So thank you guys.
Bingo.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys.
And it's all about.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
Well, that ended up working out totally cool. Not only did it give me a great spot to work and drop the oil and play around with it, I also met some new people. We had some great conversations. And one of the guys is actually going to lead us on the next stretch of our run. So Bill's ahead of us in his 911. He promised not to leave us too far in the dust. But we're going to make the run to Paonia, Colorado to visit my brother. And what's fun is I think Bill and my brother Royce will get along, and they might go play Porsches together at some point. So we're going to take a scenic route, of course, and I hope to share it all with you. It is a rainy day, but it's not horrible, and we've got about a couple-hour drive before we hit Paonia. So Bill's leading the way up there in his Carrera 4. This will be fun. landscape is super pretty out here at the moment, and I know it's only going to get prettier. Great roads, great day. Cars running great. Look great. This is fun. Getting into some more craggy rock kind of stuff here. Beaver Creek, which is down there. See it? Just past the Bay of Chickens. I didn't see any chickens, but I love the idea of a bay full of them. So that's Blue Mesa Reservoir. So here are Blue Mesa Dam. That was the body of water we just kind of crossed over there. We were over on the other side, now we're here. And it's wild. You look at this side and you go, wow, yeah, nice. But then you look at this side and you see what that dam is holding back and how friggin' far down it is. Oh my God. It's way down there. Wow. That is amazing looking down there. Too cool. All right. That's kind of a nice trio, I think. Badass little 911 that there's no way I can keep up with, but I love following behind. Beautiful road here. That big tall buttress there and that canyon over there. I wish I could show it to you. I don't want to drive down into it, but it is so deep and so gnarly. It's so beautiful. This is kind of a neat little side trip to get up to my brother's place. So definitely the road less traveled. And it's stellar. Oh man. This is so beautiful. Wish it was a little clearer out, but the sort of misty day I think helps give it a little life. Wow. Now there's steep climb for Lucy. Not quite as crazy as the pass, but our elevation is definitely gaining here. And I can feel it. It's third gear flat out. We're doing 35, 40. Wow. More crazy mountains here. Beautiful. Oh, I wish I could see it better. These fogged up windows. Truly amazing. Great little 2-lane road. Check out the aspen trees. Starting to see little hints of fall color in spots. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Wow.
It's a neat spot. Yeah, you can hike down in and get down to the water from a couple spots. There's kayakers, fly fishing, hiking, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't suck, right?
It doesn't suck, it's right.
Doesn't
New friends,
suck.
that's what it's all about.
Definitely some beautiful scenery and little bits of sun starting to peek through. So I think we're going to make it through the rain here as we drop down into the valley where Paonia is. But really awesome to see the three cars together. Bill was a fantastic help and a great addition to the day, getting the photos and video that he took and adding it to the video here really added a lot of fun stuff. So, this is cool. You watched us take off and drive up the hill. This cutoff through this pass here is just really spectacular. I think the rain and mist and stuff really kind of added to it, made it feel even more adventurous. Yet it was not so bad that you couldn't catch the view as you were driving around. As you can see, it's quite clear as we go off into the distance in this video that Bill caught of us going up the hill. And of course, he caught us in quick notice after he got back in his car because we were going at Volkswagen speeds, not Porsche speeds. But back in the VW, the view out the windshield was just stunning around every corner. A new discovery. And the clouds and rain and fun there was very, very enjoyable. So the plan as we continue on here is to aim down to Paonia, Colorado, where my brother has built his home. And it's a great little spot, and it's going to be real fun to hang out there for the night. I do have to say that after the work on the Beetle, that Lucy is running fantastic. I'm so excited about that. Valve adjustment and oil change was really all that needed to be done. I did have a couple of tight valves, and I could certainly feel that with the engine not running super smooth, so that took care of it. But in any case, enjoy the view here as the sun comes out and we stop for yet another view overlooking the landscape here. A quick stop here at this Hermit's Overlook or something like that. But let's check this out. Whoa. Bill got a great picture of John and I standing there at that overlook, and then he took some really fun in-car video as well. It was cool to see the two cars going through the landscape here. This whole trip would have been so amazing if we had a better camera crew and things like that. I'm just trying to do the best I can with my phone and little clips and add-ons from John or anything that anybody caught along the way. And, you know, if we do something like this again, then maybe get a little more serious about it. Get some cameras on the car, get somebody to follow us to do all of this. But this is all about getting out, just having a fun adventure, driving these old cars across the country and seeing if we can do it without, without any major problems and still remain friends at the end of the trip. But certainly we've got some fantastic memories to look back on. Smiles all the way. So here we're starting to drop on down the other side of this range towards Paonia. The road got a little straighter in spots, and certainly the landscape is changing a bit as well. Super cool of this John with his hand out the window, catching the wind. Definitely fun stuff. We're just a couple of kids playing with their cars, aren't we? But in any case, again, just beautiful views throughout all of it, and can't wait to get to the end of our stop for the day and spend a little time with my brother and his wife and hang out in the beautiful town of Paonia, Colorado. Now here's the landscape change. We're still in Colorado. We're actually on our way to Paonia, Colorado, where my brother lives. And it's wild to go through this area that's almost desert-like out here on the western slope. And it's beautiful. All of it's beautiful. This whole damn country is really beautiful. The variety of the landscapes we've seen is just spectacular. And we certainly haven't seen it all yet. I can't wait for the next couple of days.
You don't say that. Everyone is in pain. Because as fun as making a movie, every decision is a compromise. That is 100% correct. And, you know, but ultimately, it's all about nudges and fighting for the best you can get in that moment. You know, sometimes an actor shows up on set and they're supposed to be super peppy and hosting a party.
All right, finally up in the mountains. Here we are, the Cosmic Nest. My brother's amazing, crazy home. And look at his big garage he's building. Yummy. Lucy looking good in front of the Quonset hut here. We'll dive inside. I'll give you a sneak peek of some of the things that are a part of my brother's world. It's definitely a very creative and super fun, comfy place to hang out.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, video. I didn't know we were videoing.
Okay.
So anyway, this is my brother Royce.
And his wife Nita.
Juanita, and they are the caretakers of this magic facility called the Cosmic Nest. And so this is their little artwork that they live in out here in the amazing Colorado mountains. And the view, of course,
If I may.
he didn't build that view.
No, so he built everything else.
Everything else
Yeah.
was here. But, a great stop on our voyage.
And Bill's here too.
And
from
Bill's
Crested
here too.
Butte. And everywhere else. Okay. Any other factoids we need to know here?
Welcome to Paonia.
There you go. All right. The craziest rain we've had on the trip is here when we reach my brother's. So Lucy's getting a pass. Fun. Come on, Mother Nature, give me the thunder. Spent a little time looking at maps on the route home. I think we're going to go through some amazing Utah and down in through Arizona. But before we do that, we are going to go to the local hangout for the little Friday night concert, Big B's Barbecue, and talk about a idyllic, perfect setting after that rain came through. Everything was awesome.
It's mine too.
Cheers. Cheers. All right. Hanging out with my bro and his wife in a place like this on a Friday night. Bring it on.
Thanks for watching.
This place is super rad. It's full of some really creative decor. This crazy artwork there is awful neat. This Volkswagen bus front end I thought was pretty awesome as well. There's a campground and all sorts of stuff here. This Quonset hut was pretty neat. And again, it's just the ultimate little country spot. And the band that was playing tonight was insane. Deltaphonic, the funk, the soul, and the holy groove. They were awesome. In any case, a dreamy Friday night. Off we go to bed, aiming for Arizona tomorrow.